In this video, the following people can switch off now if they want to, because you're correct. Although, please keep on watching because I enjoy your company. But this list of names: Angus McNaughton, 1375. He was the one who got it first. Gary W. Hi Gary. JP Steiner 2. Probably an Amateur. That's not JP Steiner, that's the next name. Probably an Amateur is the name. Gordon 9388. My friend Keith.Anderson. Hi Keith. Colinjamesphoto. Hi Colinjamesphoto. Foreknown and Tony Mozdzer. Mozdzer. Close enough. I'll put the names in the titles in the description. But they're the people who've got this right. So if you don't want to carry on watching, then you can go now. But if you want to carry on and find out why I've chosen what I've chosen, roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian James at Micro Four Thirds guy with you once again, and yes, those people are the ones who guessed correct. But I had a few suggestions. I had DJI Osmo Action 4, DJI Osmo Action 5, which has just been released. That would be nice to play with. DJI Osmo Pocket 3, various different GoPros, and all sorts of things amongst them. But I'll tell you which one it was in a few minutes, but I'll tell you how I've got my conclusion as to what I wanted and why I've come to it. Now, I do a lot of face-to-face videos like this, and I'm no cinematographer. I don't want the fancy cinema functions, but I do want something which is reliable, which is easy to set up. Now, I've been using my G100 for a while, and I love my G100, but it does have drawbacks. So let's have a look at the G100 first and find out what I like and what I don't like about that one for doing the sort of work I do. Well, it's light and small, which is first of all. It's got a small wide angle lens and it's comfortable to hold. I mean, you can change the lenses on it, but I can put a nice wide angle lens on, get fairly close in, so I can reach whatever I'm doing, and it's easy. It's easy to see a screen as well. Easy to transfer photos and videos from my iPad and to my PC, important point. Great image quality and several shooting modes. I can put it into 1080p, 4K. I can have different types of saving modes on that, which is really useful. Although I do tend to stick to just one or two modes. Direct USB charging in camera. I do like the fact I can just plug into a camera when it's in the car or something like that with a USB cable, and it'll charge as I'm driving. I've got a fully charged camera whenever I'm ready. Remote control and remote monitoring. I can actually see it on the phone as to what I'm doing. So if I want to, I can switch a recording on or off at a distance from my phone, which is great. Great built-in microphones. It really does have good quality microphones. Easy to connect to external microphones. It's got a standard 3.5mm jack, and it's great. But that's the good bits. What's the bad bits on my G100? Well, it's got no mechanical stability built in. It's got no IS built into it. It's digital only. And that the digital stability crops the picture down. So even with using a very wide angle lens, I still find I've got to hold it so far away that I can't reach. Again, it's so just filled up on my head. So that's one difficulty on it. Difficult is small, easy to set up, use gimbals. I've got a Zhiyun Rebel 3, which is brilliant, but the camera, the G100 is so small and so light, it's almost impossible to get it to set up and balance on it. Now that's an easy to balance gimbal. Using some of the smaller gimbals which would suit that camera, they're an absolute pain to set up. My sister's got a gimbal which is smaller than mine, and I've tried setting up the same one on that, and I just can't get it to set up easily, and I want to be able to get it out the bag and use it. So that's one thing on that, really difficult. So although you can get gimbals for them, they're not easy to set up. So what else could I use? Well, I've been using my iPhone. I've got an iPhone 13, and that's got some great image quality. So what's good about that? Well, it's light and small, which is really good. Small wide angle lenses, so comfortable to hold. It's nice and easy to hold a mobile phone. Very, very easy to transfer photos to my iPhone or my iPad. Not so easy to the PC. You've got to mess about with it a little bit. Excellent image quality. They really are good. Mobile phones have got fantastic image quality these days, so they're really good. Direct USB charging. Again, I can just charge that up as a gun because it's my phone. And easy to get small gimbals. I've got a DJI Osmo Osmo 5 gimbal, and to put the phone on is great. You've got to set it up a little bit, you've got a bit faffy about with it, but once it's on there it's really good, especially with the extendable sort of selfie stick arm. Really good on that one. Problems with it: no mechanical stability, so you are limited on that one. Gimbals are an extra cost, and that's the other thing for the G100 as well. The gimbal is an extra cost. That's a few £100. It's nothing to be laughed at. Awkward to attach external mics if there's no, because there's no 3.5mm jack on some of them. A lot of them are just the USB-C only, and trying to put an external jack on there can be a real pain. And I've got a couple of wireless mics for them, but they're poor quality. I haven't found decent quality ones for that. And there's very little choice of shooting formats. You're pretty much limited in your shooting formats on that one. So that's there. The other one I've got, my Obsbot, the Obsbot Air. Wonderful. I love the fact that it's got the pan tilt head, and if it'll follow it around, and facial tracking. It really is good on that, but it's not meant as a vlogging camera. It's an internal camera. Yes, you can run its own battery and things, but the shape of it is awkward. It's not particularly small. It's quite, for the size of it as a carry-around camera, it's quite heavy, because you've got a decent solid base to actually hold it down when you're using it as a vlogging camera. So I've been putting together all of my ideas as to what I would see as an ideal camera. Now keep watching, because I'm going to let you know what the new camera is. Don't hold back a minute. It is coming. But I had a spec from everything I've used up to now, and this is my spec. It's got to be small and light. I'm weak and I've got tired arms. I don't want to be carrying heavy cameras up a height too much. It's got to be very quick and very easy to set up. Now remember what I said about gimbals, about balancing them and things. It's got to have a wide enough lens so it can be held comfortably without having to hold it so far away and hold my arm up. I can hold it in fairly close, and it'll give me a good spread without just being full of my face. It's got to be easy to set up on a small, light gimbal. We'll come back to that in a second. It's got to be easy to use external mics when using a gimbal. Well, this one, yeah, okay. Let's see if it does. It's got to be easy to switch from a front view to a back view. If I'm using my mobile phone, I have to stop recording on the DJI gimbal, switch it round, and then start recording again. I want to be able to just switch it round so that the camera will switch between lenses. That'd be great. I love the idea of a pan tilt lens, and as you can see, this one has a pan tilt lens and facial following, so it'll actually follow on not just facial tracking but object tracking too. Easy to transfer files to both iPad and PC. I use iPad and PC for doing my editing, so I want it to be very easy for that. It'd be nice if it had gimbal supplied so I didn't have to buy one. That'd be wonderful. It's going to have various shooting modes, so I can actually, if I want to do something a bit fancy and I want to do sort of you know, raw type videos, or put grading on afterwards, it'd be nice to be able to have that, and also be able to have 4K and different shutter speeds. It'd be really nice actually if it was like my G100, and I could actually adjust things like the aperture, the exposure, all those bits and pieces, white balance. That'd be wonderful. And it's got to be very easy to monitor when in use. So that's my wish list. So what have I got? Well, here's the big unveiling. All those people at the beginning who said a DJI Pocket 3, you're very astute people. I'm really impressed. I think I did give it away a little bit, because if I just press this button for a flick between front and back, the DJI Pocket 3 will do that switch between front and back. It does have facial tracking, although I've just switched it off there, so let's double click that one again. It's there, auto track enabled, and it will be able to do this for me, which is great. The wonderful little screen in the front is nice and big, and I can actually see the image. The quality of it is fabulous. It uses a 1-inch sensor. Even this tiny little camera, which is smaller than the length of my hand, has a 1-inch sensor in, so the quality is superb. It'll do 4K, it'll shoot in various different modes, 10-bit modes as well, and it's really good for that. It's very simple to set up, because all I do is I just flick the screen round to switch it on, and it's ready to record there and then. If I want to do the facial track, I just tap on the screen that I'm looking at. Now, it's not a huge screen, but it's lovely and clear, and it does give me just what I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Now at the moment I'm less than an arm's length away. If I step back to an arm's length away from it, you'll see that I've disappeared there. So it is a nice wide angle lens, and there is a magnetic wide angle lens which will go onto it. And you can actually get filters, other sorts of filters to go onto the front of this as well, ND filters and things. So keep watching this channel, because I'm going to do a proper review of this camera. I'm not doing a proper review at the moment. It was basically an unveiling, but it does give me everything I need to build a vlog. You can put an external battery on. It comes, this, I actually went for the combo kit. Now the combo kit comes with an external battery which will charge the internal one from it, and it'll also allow you to charge that. But also it comes with this little microphone. It comes with the DJI mic. It is one of the standard DJI mics. So if you've got DJI wireless mics already, they will work with this one. Both of them will work with this one. You can get them both set up. But not only that, this will charge off that unit, so I can actually charge this microphone from there. It comes with a nice little cover which also will hold the microphone and keep the lens and everything nice and clean and safe, because the one worry I had, it looks very fragile. It doesn't seem to be fragile in use, but it looks very fragile. So this has basically done everything I wanted to do. It's nice and stable as you walk around. You don't need to buy an external gimbal, because the gimbal is part of the camera. It is the gimbal. The main handle of the camera is the gimbal. And because it is such a small little head on this, it means that the motors are very, very small. They don't have to be super high torque, and what that means is that you don't have big problems with battery wastage. The batteries last quite a while. It has an internal battery. It also has an internal recording method, so if this thing decides it's going to fail, I can actually save a separate audio file. So yeah, I've bought the DJI Pocket 3. Really impressed with it up to now. I've looked at a few of the videos on this one to see what you can do, and if you are a videographer, this can do some amazing things. It does seem to be stable. If you looked at my last video, I was walking around with it, and as I say, I've got a bad leg, I'm overweight, I don't sort of walk particularly well. I certainly can't do the old ninja walk, which I was trying to think of the name of last time. I can't do that, so I just have to walk like a 63-year-old bloke does. And you know what? It seems perfectly stable to me. It really does. And as I say, if I want to turn this, it's currently in selfie mode, but if I want to turn it round, I can just turn it round. One click of the button, I can change whatever I want to do. I can change the zoom on the back, which is really good. I can pan and tilt just from the little joystick on it, and it's just so easy. Let's bring this back onto me again. Just a single tap and it's straight back. Double tap my face, it's on the facial tracking, and it's superb for that. So yes, I bought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. If you have an Osmo Pocket 3, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to know what you think of it, because I'm knocked out. It does everything I'm wanting it to do, which is rare for a product, because normally I have a whinge at things. It just seems easy to use. Out of the box it was very, very simple. There's lots of modes. It's all touch screen, so everything's just done on that. There's very few buttons on the front. In fact, on the front of this it has a little joystick, which also has a push on that, so I can do various modes, and also a record button, which also is an on-off switch, but you don't even need to use that because you just turn the screen. Oh, not only that, let's see if it'll do it. I've got a feeling it might do it, so if it does, let's put it in a portrait mode. Well, this is a picture mode, and it's using the internal microphones too. This is a portrait. This should give you about just short of 3K resolution. Thoroughly enjoying this camera. Let me know if you've used this before. Big thumbs up to all those people who were astute enough to get it. I was really knocked out how fast people did, actually. You obviously know your onions, which is really good. But anyway, till the next time, I'm going to thank these wonderful people who are my Patreon patrons, because they are the people who keep my channel going, along with the people who click on the link below to the PayPal and leave me a cup of coffee, buy me a cup of coffee. They're all well received and they keep the channel going, so thank you. The other one is, give me a big thumbs up, even if you don't like it, give me a big thumbs up, because that, and also subscribing, does help the YouTube algorithm to let this video get seen by more and more people, and that really helps the channel more than you'd probably believe. Comments help the channel as well, so as I say, leave me a comment. I'd love to read what your comments are. But until the next video, which will almost certainly be done on the Osmo Pocket 3, keep taking your camera out, keep on having fun with your photography, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.